love being alone. I can be alone. I don't have to be in a relationship. I already know that. I don't have to jump into a relationship after relationship just to get validation of of who I am, because I know I'm a bad bitch and I know that I'm worthy. So being alone and being okay being alone is an amazing feeling. And it's healing. And I don't know. People who can't be alone, they're just avoiding things. They're avoiding what they're supposed to be working on. They're avoiding working on themselves, healing themselves, dealing with their past trauma, because they're, guess what? I'm in another relationship. I don't have to fucking think about the past because I'm fucking moving forward. Well, you're really not moving forward. And this is exactly what I told my friend last night. Because she said, I'm so afraid to leave. Why am I so afraid to leave? And I said, because you've never been alone. At all. You've never been alone. And you're afraid to be alone. And she said, you're right. I have never been alone and I'm so afraid to be alone. And I explained to her that it'll be okay. And she'll eventually love it. Like, my friend from work, she loves being alone. She's like, I don't even think I ever want to be in a relationship again. This is beautiful. And my sister, she just went through a divorce. Like, me and her fucking are on the same fucking thing where we loved our people so damn much and they just fucking hurt us continuously. So me and my sister are on the same level, and she says the same thing that I do. I don't think I would ever want to be in a relationship again because this is fucking amazing. This freedom is beautiful. Like, I just take care of me and my kid. My kid's getting all of me. My kid is fucking getting the attention that she needs. My kid is getting help if she needs it. Like, that's the way it should be. And it's healthy. And that makes me so proud of her. Like, I am proud of these people. Son of a bitch. I am proud of these people. Let me turn this off. That are... Okay. I am proud of these people that are fucking putting their children first. And that is a beautiful thing. Because I was reading about children and their parents, and I'm like, fuck. Trauma. Trauma, trauma, trauma. And I feel so sorry because I look back on all these people that I know and they're fucking their kids up. Fucking hard. And I just thank myself that I am not that way. Fuck. Like, you know, because there's some things that I have done in the past when I was raising Robin. I wasn't 100% the best mother, but I was a fucking good mother, and I made sure of it because my kid came first. Out of any relationship, I never dated anybody when it was just me and Robin. And then when she got older, I started dating. And she, you know, and then eventually she'd be like, you know what, I didn't really like her because she, you know, she just didn't seem cool. And I was like, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, and everybody tells me, oh, I didn't like her. Like, you guys could have told me this, like, when I was in the relationship with this person. Why is it on vibrate? I turned it off. And, but I'm like, okay, well, at least I didn't marry her, you know? But I did date her for a very long time, and now you guys are telling me this. But I made sure that I didn't date anybody because kids need the attention. And so with my kid, when she was younger, I didn't date anybody. After me and her mom broke up, I did fuck around, but I stayed single and then I dated somebody who I was engaged to, and it took a bit for me to fucking date after I knew it was okay, because she like moved. She moved to in with her mom in Idaho and then in Indiana. So it took me a while to finally be like, okay, I'm going to date. She's only going to be here for the holidays. It's not going to put her in a horrible position, because kids see those relationships and they learn about how relationships are from their parents. And so, like, for example, I dated somebody that was afraid of commitment. She kept breaking up with me. Like, it was a very, very toxic relationship because she kept fucking breaking up with me because she was scared of commitment. And the reason she's afraid of commitment is because her mom was married 9 times. 9 times. So she saw her mom get married in and out of these relationships, apparently putting these men before her because she had such issues with that as well. But if they talked about it, I'm sure it would have been okay, because she didn't tell her mom, you didn't put me first. After the fact, she did as an adult, but children are afraid to talk to their parents and say things to them. And that's sad. And then it makes me really happy when there are kids that tell their parents everything, and sometimes the parent doesn't want to hear everything, but they do, you know? And, because they need that safe space to talk to their mom and dad about things. And, you know, but then there's kids that are really fucked up, though, that they don't want to see their parent happy and they're jealous of their other significant other, and so they fucking try to break the parent up with the other person, because I've seen that before, and I've been there before, where the kid was trying to break up because they were jealous, and then, God, I've been through some fucking shit. Talking about things out loud, especially like on podcasts or like in therapy, you realize a lot of shit and how you let people fuck you over. Oh, wow. At least I'm healed, and I'm healing, and I'm growing, and I will never put myself in those positions again, because, you know, it's not worth it anymore. Some people aren't worth it anymore. Love isn't worth it anymore. Love is not enough. And that's the hard thing to fucking come to terms with when you're somebody who loves and loves hard. And it took me this long. All these relationships, it took me this long. And the thing that I worry about the most is the way the children are in the long run. As I said, like, I made sure my daughter came before any relationship. She was young, and she, you know, was 14, 15, and I wasn't going to date anybody at that age. Then I started, you know, because she was older, so then I started dating. But I never mixed her up with any of the people that I was dating, except one, because we were engaged. That was the one that was my best friend, and I was in love with her, and I would have still been married to her to this day if she was healthy. Hey. Stealing my light again, bitches. Stealing my light. But anyway, I really think that, you know, I know that I'm not perfect, and I know I have flaws, and I fucking am the first person to fucking tell you that. But I do know children. I do know relationships. And I know a lot of kids that are going to be fucked up because their kids are afraid to talk to their parents about things. And especially, like, I look back on some relationships and I remember the kids saying things, and I'm like, hey, your kid said this, and I really think you should fucking take them to therapy. And they're like, okay. And then they never did. And then they, you know, it's like, dude, there's so many mothers out there that are fucking negligent to their own kids, and then when the kids are older, they're gonna, like, totally resent them. emotional abuse is fucking crazy. Breaking the cycle of fucking trauma, especially white people, like, it's crazy. And even my white friends say it, like, fuck. And then they see this healthy relationship that my family has, and they're like really envious of it. Because my parents, they're not perfect. And they did have some shit. Like, I took myself to therapy. I did my own shit as I got older. And, you know, I know my parents are not the best parents. Well, they're not. They did the best that they could. Especially having children for so long and being where there wasn't that much research on parenting. Cause like a lot of this stuff just fucking started in like what they learned it in school. Like learned this in school like a long time ago. Like when I was getting my associates a long time ago. Because I've been in school since 2006 or 2007, and I graduated with my associates in 2010, and didn't go back to school until 2020. And then, so I'm working on my bachelor's right now. So it's been 10 years, and that's how long ago. But like in the early 1900s, I believe the studying of parents, yeah, because it was like nature versus nurture. I think it was the early 1900s. But anyway, yeah, because they didn't have the research and the knowledge that we have now about parenting. So when people come at me and be like, well, you don't know anything, you've never had kids. Vaginally, I've never had kids, but I've raised many fucking kids. And there are some kids, these kids are fucking healthy. Like, my sisters, and my brothers are trying our hardest to raise these kids to be healthy. And is that something to fucking boast about? Fuck yeah, I'm boasting. We're fucking trying to teach our children that fucking therapy is healthy and taking care of their mental is healthy. And going to therapy isn't a scary thing. It's because you're healing. You're afraid to heal. Like, so many people are so afraid to go to therapy or get on medication because they're so comforted by being in the same place. They're so afraid of change. They're so afraid of what could be. So you have all this trauma that you had with your family. Go to therapy. But you're afraid because you'd rather just sit there and moan and bitch about what happened. You're so okay with your kids being the shitty kids that they are. You're so okay for your husband being the shitty husband, your wife being the shitty wife, because you're so complacent and you're so scared of change. I'm not. I am a little, but not, you know? You got to fucking grow. And this past 7 months, I've grown a lot. And to hear somebody fucking throw at me and tell me that out of the blue was very nice. Because I wasn't even thinking about that until she was like, you've grown in the past 7 months. You've healed. You don't need these bitches to fucking steal your light. And I was like, oh. So anyway, I think it's time for me to get off because I have to do homework. Oh shit, it's already 4:15. I have to do homework. And I have to build the shelf. And I have to do my plants. So I have a list of things. Like today I was like, post-it note, write these things down because I don't know where my notebook is, but I know where it is, but I don't want to go find it because it's too big and then I'm just gonna blah blah blah. So I got shit to do. But yeah, basically this episode was about my weekend and how to be a better parent. Like, don't be in a relationship if you're not healed. I know I've said this before. I feel like I've said this before, but I feel like people don't care. People don't listen. People need to be reminded that, you know, like the people my friends that are having issues in their marital